Alright, so, um, this is a follow-up video to the previous video that I released about, Silver Cow and all that, so if you haven't watched that, I'd recommend it, because this isn't really gonna make sense without this. This isn't a full in-depth video about OrionPax or anything. This isn't like some big deep dive. I'm specifically talking about my personal relationship with OrionPax, which was extremely short, extremely small compared to other people on the internet, because he did have a presence within the GTS community and several other communities like that. He did a lot of superhero series and such like that. I don't know extensively about them. I was never that interested in the stuff that he made there, so I never really looked into it. All I really know about Orion Paxton was our relationship via Time Tenchi. That's about it. That's all I really know about him. That's all I can speak to. So other people out there who know him better, who have known him longer, I don't want to make this seem like I'm the authority on this person. This is more just a video kind of explaining my feelings on just how this event went, less so, this isn't necessarily a factual thing. I guess is what I'm trying to get at before I get into this, because this is really just going to be me talking about how I feel about all this. So, let's just, I don't really have, I kind of had an idea of a script in the last video, and this one I'm kind of just going to go more freeform, so if I ramble a little bit, I'm sorry. I'll try to kind of edit stuff out if I repeat myself, but if this is a little less focused, I apologize. I didn't speak on this right away, because I've known about this for the better part of the year, but I didn't want to talk about it right away because I wanted to see if, A, I had to process it a little bit, because there was quite a bit to unpack, and B, I don't know, it just, I wanted to kind of sort things out, because if I talked about this too quickly, I wouldn't be able to really see the full picture. So, and sometimes that can take a really long time, especially when you get hurt, So, the deal was that, to kind of summarize, we all thought Orion Paxton was dead because Silver Cow, posted on DeviantArt and Twitter and Facebook. I think I can get the Facebook post. I can't really find any of the other posts. Because Silver Cow basically has me blocked on every single social media platform. So I can really only gain access to the Facebook post because I don't really exist there. So, anyways, that aside, they kind of just say that Orion Paxton's dead, and that's that. And, people try to ask them questions about how, and how did they find out about it, how did he die, etc., and we don't really get any answers. It's kind of just left at that. Silver Cow doesn't reply, and we're all just left in the dark. So in that previous video, I even say, like, he's probably, we don't know for a fact if he's dead, because, sometimes writers like us, we just kind of stop, and we don't really want to be known for this anymore, so we just kind of drop everything and we go. But we didn't know, and with Silver Cow saying he's dead and them being relatively close to him, at least in a professional way, now I wouldn't say in a personal way, but in a professional way, we kind of had to just take that. But even I had my doubts because I knew what massive fucking liars they were, and it turns out, yeah, no, guess what, they lied again. But this time, this is a little bit, I don't know, this is figuring out why someone would lie about this, and I need to make it perfectly clear that the person, the entity that I'm most upset about in this situation isn't Orion Paxton, because even though, and I'll post what he said on the screen here, and I'll go ahead and read it out loud to give context before I get into this. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but there's a lot to kind of deal with. I'll post the email up, and this is posted publicly on a group that he ran, so this isn't necessarily like private information. I did edit out the email because I want that to kind of just be, on a need to know. But, this isn't private info. And I'll read it out. So he sent this to one of the moderators of that group and said, "Look, dude, I just had enough. Trump, Putin, you name it. I just had enough. The whole reason why I went offline was because I just had enough. I know my fans are upset. To them, I am sorry. I just can't do this anymore. It's a game I got sick of playing. Right now, I just want a peaceful life, just to be left alone. No more harassment, no more obligation. I just want to be left alone, to focus on projects which make me happy. I can't live in fanfic forever. I may return one day. I hope I can. Until then, make sure no one tries to copy my work. That is my right alone. Take care and tell them I just had enough of the harshness and toxicity of social media." So, okay. So that's a whole thing. And, I get being overwhelmed by the realities of life. Like I'm not, but like it or not, like when you're this established, and because he was established, like he's not a celebrity, but he has people that, when you say you're dead, they care. And I was kind of one of those people, I was never, like I said at the top of the video, I'm not the closest person to him, so I'm not the authority, but I still knew him, and we still talked a lot, and we wanted to figure things out with Time Tenshi, and it felt like we were trying to develop some kind of idea. And I'll just say right away that, like, I wasn't necessarily all in on it, because I just didn't think it was something worth my time anymore, because Time Tenshi left such a bad taste in my mouth, and still does, and it's very unfortunate about how this whole situation went down, and it continues to kind of unfold in this really unfortunate way. So, with in regards to how OrionPax handled it, like, I'm upset about it. If nobody else wants to be upset about it, that's totally fine. I don't think OrionPax is necessarily a bad person. I don't think he, like I said, I understand reaching a breaking point. I just wish he had maybe handled it a little bit better, maybe been a little bit more transparent about it. Just said, "Hey everyone, so this is really getting to me. I need to step away for a while." I've done that before. I've done that so many times, where I've said, "Hey guys, I need to step away from this for a little while. I might come back, I might not. I don't know. You can look at my journals. I've done that fucking so many times. I think my pinned journal is 'I'll never retire, fuck you.' It's because I keep saying I'll retire and I never do." There's ways of doing this. I've done it. Plenty of other writers do it all the time. At the very least, they don't let someone go around and say they're dead. Like, he knew about that, and his choice, instead of addressing it publicly, was to privately email someone about it and say, "Yeah, go ahead and post it on the group or something." It's frustrating, because it's, at the end of the day, it's his choice. If he wants to handle it like this, he can. And if this is how he wants to do it, whatever. I can judge, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like, Orion's his own person, like, and if this is decisions he wants to make, then fine. But, it hurts people. I spent months having existentialism about someone within my community just up and dying out of nowhere. That hadn't really happened. We hadn't really dealt with anything like that. And I know death is just a thing we're all dealing with, but when it's so close, and and then it turns out not to be real, it's like, wow, haha, why did I even fucking deal with that? Why did I even have that crisis at all? Like, that was a waste of energy. And that's a me problem, but still, like, I know not everybody grieves differently, so I can't, like, pin that on everyone else, and I don't expect everyone else to be upset about this, and this isn't a video saying, "Hey everybody, we should be upset at Orion." It's whatever, it's so long ago now that who gives a shit, like, but I made this because I wanted to I made a video about the whole situation, saying that he's dead, and it didn't feel right not making a follow-up kind of saying, "Yeah, he's not dead, he just left." But I guess I'll kind of, like, because I don't want this to be as long as the last one, I kind of just want to get this out there, that I will say that in regards to Silver Cow, those are the ones I'm actually upset at. Orion, it's what it is. It hurts, but like, I'm not gonna stay mad at him because like, whatever. I don't think he went to Silver Cow and told them to say that he died. I don't think he did that. I don't know if he said anything to Silver Cow, or I saw people hypothesizing that potentially people kept harassing Silver Cow about it. Since OrionPax was one of the main writers for Time Tenchi at the time, and people were like, hey, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And maybe they just made something up and said he died. That's fucked up. You can't do that. And this is so much worse than like the shit they did before. You can't go around saying people are dead when they're not. Whether or not he approached them and asked them to do it or not, that's just fucked. It's fucked. You can't do that. So that's the people I'm actually mad at. Once again, Silver Cow is awful, and this is just another thing to add on to the long list of fucking terrible things they've done and continue to get away with. I don't know where they're at. Like I try to, like I said, I've been blocked on all the social medias, and for all I know, they're just posting wallpapers and staying radio silent, and have been for years. Like they hold no presence anymore. They just use the Time Tenchi IP and make wallpapers, and that's all they do. So yeah, just a really messy situation. I think this is the end of it, though. I don't know, fucking anything could happen. But that's really all I have to say about it. I'm disappointed in Orion, but I also understand at the same time. So whatever, no hard feelings. I was never that close of a friend with him, so I'm not going to. It hasn't kept me up or anything, but it's what it is. And Silver Cow sucks, and it doesn't surprise me. But just the levels they stoop to and the shit that they pull is so fucking gross. I think we all need to be aware of it in this community, and I need to double down on this just to reiterate, because I don't want them having a second wind. I don't want time to pass, and they get like a few, what these companies do, they give it a few years, let the reputation heal a little bit, then come back and go, hey, we're back again, and then they exploit us again, over and over and over again, and I just don't want that fucking happening. I want this to keep being known that they're fucked, and no matter what form they come back in, fuck them. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on it.